there's a saying going around the pro-Second Amendment community that's more of a joke that ultimately says, I lost them in a boating accident. Now, this is a very popular saying. A lot of people have t-shirts, that sort of thing, a lot of videos made on this, but I want to talk about where does this come from and what are the practicalities? Will this actually work? Well, let's start by saying the idea behind it isn't necessarily that somebody's saying, well, if they ever come for my guns, I'm going to say I lost them in a boating accident. It's really a statement of non-compliance. It's saying, you know what, come and get them. It's just more of a funny little way of saying, come and take it. Now, this came from an actual real event that this line really came from the ATF. Because what had happened was at one point a lake in California had dried out, according to the story, and somebody came across a bag that had a gun and an ATF badge. And when it was brought to the police and the ATF and the media asked the ATF what happened, without saying the name of the ATF agent or whatever happened, they said this gun was lost in a boating incident. And so because of that, that has become the new line. Because if it works for the ATF, well, clearly it should be able to work for us. But will that really work? Let's talk about the practicality of it working. Well, let's start by saying, if you say you lost all your guns in a boating accident, there's obviously going to be some speculation that you're lying, because it's been a wildly popular joke for many years. But what can they really do about it? I mean, you either lost it in a boating accident or you didn't, is the bottom line. The reality is most maritime accidents are recorded. You can't just, I mean, now don't get me wrong, boats sink all the time that are undocumented. But it's rare. If you're on a lake somewhere and your boat sinks, that community is going to know about it. And most lakes, especially public lakes, actually have means of being able to pull a boat up out of the water. Like they'll document, well, where was this incident at? You know, not to say that you couldn't lose them overboard, but losing 100 guns overboard is a big question mark. But do they believe you're lying or not? I guess it really doesn't matter. If you say you lost them and you don't have them on you, there's really not a lot they can do unless they happen to have a warrant for your home. They have a warrant for your home, which is probably the only reason somebody would be asking for your guns. Now you got an issue, because they're going to come in, they're going to get in, even if they can't get into your safe, they'll confiscate your safe. They will get into your safe, by the way, but they'll confiscate it is what they'll do in whatever means necessary. So in the end, you know, unless you really have them hidden in some off location, if the ATF is coming for your guns and they're in your house, they're going to get it. It doesn't matter what you say. If they have a warrant, you might as well just not even talk. At that point, you might as well just call your attorney. So I guess what I'm saying is that in the end, unless you really have them hidden well, this isn't going to work. If they're going to search your home, they're going to search your home. If they're in your home, they're going to find them. And that's really the bottom line. Will it work? No. Unless you really have them hidden well, then it will. So, but even then, if they're searching your home for firearms, chances are you're going to jail for something else anyway, is my guess. So, love to hear your thoughts on all this. Put it in the comments below, because, again, will it work? If they have a warrant, no, it won't work. Unless they're going door to door confiscating firearms, and then my guess is you're not going to be politely answering the door giving excuses. There's going to be this whole other world of crazy going on. Love to hear your thoughts on all this. Put it in the comments below. If you like this video, click like and subscribe. If you feel called to support this channel through Patreon, that link is also below. But the most important part of this channel, we take prayer requests, so never hesitate to send that in. Thank you for watching this episode of God, Family, and Guns, and as always, love God, love your family, and love God.